Hey guys, I'm going to be presenting on presidential, semi-presidential, and parliamentary systems. This is topic 2.1 on AP Classroom. So to start off, a parliamentary system is where voters elect the members of parliament, which is the legislature. The majority party in that legislature then has the ability to select the prime minister, who is the head of government. The prime minister, once elected, then has the power to select his or her own cabinet. Also, the prime minister can be removed from office with a vote of no confidence. And usually, policymaking in a parliamentary system is more efficient because the majority party can usually just approve all of its bills, assuming that everyone in the majority party agrees with them. Um, However, if no party has majority, then a coalition government is formed where two parties come together and their total um, representatives give them the majority in parliament, meaning that they can decide on a prime minister and have an advantage when it comes to passing laws. An example of this was in the UK, which is a parliamentary system with the Cameron-Clegg coalition. Finally, on the bottom right, you'll see the UK's current prime minister, Rishi Sunak. So next is the presidential system, where voters elect members of the legislature and the president in two separate popular elections. So there are separation of powers between the legislative and executive branches, and also checks and balances. For example, the legislature can impeach the president if they think that the executive has done something wrong, and the executive can also veto the laws passed by the legislature. So the president, once elected, can select his or her cabinet members. However, it does require the legislature's approval on those individual cabinet member appointments. Um, if a member of the legislature is appointed to the president's cabinet, then they must resign their seat in the legislature in order to serve in the president's cabinet. Also, the policymaking in a presidential system is a little bit more difficult because there's not always that uh, majority that we see in a parliamentary system. In addition, the party that has the majority in the legislature might not be the party that the president or executive identifies with. Um, Two examples of a presidential system in the AP6 countries that we're studying are Mexico and Nigeria. And finally, on the bottom right of your screen, you'll see the president of Mexico, who we refer to as AMLO. This is a graph that I found on AP Classroom that shows the differences between the parliamentary and presidential systems. As you can see, in a parliamentary system, voters elect the members of parliament who, if they're a part of the majority party, are able to select the prime minister. Presidential system, there are two individual elections, one for president and one for members of the legislature. Okay, finally, we have semi-presidential systems where voters select members of the legislature and the president, who would be the head of state, in two separate popular elections. The president then appoints a prime minister, who is the head of government, and his appointment must be confirmed by the legislature. An example of a semi-presidential system is Russia. As you can see by the lower middle picture, Vladimir Putin is the president, while on the bottom right, that is the prime minister of Russia, the current prime minister of Russia. This is a graph of a semi-presidential system. As you can see, voters elect both the members of parliament and the president. However, the president appoints the prime minister, and members of parliament or the legislature approve the prime minister. So, yeah, thank you. That's it.